Hello guys, welcome back to Live View series. So today I will be focusing on forms and inputs because while building Live View, we may have many places where we have to handle forms and inputs. Yeah, so today would be without chain sets. So I will use plain form and inputs. Let's go to the document. Yeah, live gives us a form component, and it also recommends how to use. So it expects HTML form struct generally created with two form, and I have created a live view form live view, and I just kept the recommended callbacks a mount where I'm adding a form and get page title. Let's go to the UI. I'll move on to the forms page. So it has a forms page text. Yeah, here. So this is the text. I just added some the text decoration, and I added a form. And here the important things are these things, where for form, this is the form coming from the mount. Here I'm adding this one here, and px change is will be used for the input validation, and we can do whatever we intended to when we get the data on the server. And I also added phx submit form submit. This is very important to receive the data in the server. So I also added two handle event functions. One, form changes. When any input value changes, so this function would be triggered. And form submit. This is when we submit the form, we this function would be triggered. Let's put some input values. I just added dot input. This is a functional component coming from core components, and I added a field name and a label and placeholder, and type is text. Let's see how that looks like. Yeah, you can see here. Let me add some name. Yeah, form changes. This snack bar is coming from the live view. When we add any value to the input, so this is the function it is triggering. I added some code here just to remove the snack bar after 300 milliseconds, and this clear flash will be handled here, because the snack bar will not get removed automatically. So I don't want to click every time on that to just remove. I'll add some more elements, some more input values. I already added some code. I'll just copy paste all the code from here. Yeah, I added one more input for the email and the placeholder and a title, and it is required. Yeah, you can see because it is a type email, it is the browser suggesting all the emails, whatever the browser history stored. Yeah, we can see the terminal. Yeah, I'm just printing on the terminal where, yeah, this is the log warning. I'll put some more input values. So I added one more input field for the password. Yeah, and I also added a show password for button. It is a checkbox button. I just show and hide the password. I'll explain the code what is happening here. So this is type input, and I added phx click and js toggle attribute. This attribute it just toggles between text and a password based on the ID of the uh, ID of this input field. Yeah, actually, this is a JavaScript function because LiveView gives us this JS functions, so we don't have to go to the DOM and do some JavaScript manipulation just to toggle the attributes of this input. So here, the moment I tap on that button, it makes this input field as a text. The browser, the moment it sees as a text, it shows all the password. And again, if I tap on that, it will make this input as a password. So password generally hides all the characters within that input field. So let me add some more input types. Yeah, I added radio buttons where I have three radio buttons, and I group them based on the name here. Let's see how the UI looks like. Yeah, the select maintenance true. This is selected because I placed checked within this input. That's why it is showing as a selected. We can select anything. It will select only one value because I grouped them together. Let's add some more input values. I added input type as a checkbox. So again, here I'm using the core component. There is a small difference between the core component and the plain input when we use within live view. I'll show you the difference. So right now there are two input values. Type is checkbox and the name is horns and a scale. Let's move on to the UI. Yeah, you can see there are some predefined styles being added, and the moment I select this, you can see let's move to the terminal. You can see the horns. It is coming like this: horns and scale as a true value. Let me use the plain input without the core component and see how that is that will come to the server. Let's save it. So right now, yeah, you can see the predefined styles are gone, and the styles are okay, but the values what we receive, you can see I have selected horns. The horns coming as a on, but the scale is not part of the received data because live view don't receive that unselected values. If you want to receive all the selected and unselected both the values, you have to use core components. Let's put it back again. Go and select something. Yeah, now I don't select uh, horns and see what is the value is coming. Yeah, you can see horns also coming as a false value, and because of that live view handles the data sending back to the server, so it also gives us this unused drone, unused email. This meaning we have not interacted this fields. That is why the data is coming as a unused, just unused before the value name. Let's add some more input fields. Yeah, I added date and time. So I also added the value as a 00 and required. Let's see how that looks like. Yeah, these are default styles. I have not added any CSS. If you want to add styles, we have to make use of Tailwind CSS. This is the default style. Yeah, you can see the values. The moment we select anything, the the selected values keep on exchanging between front end and back end. That is how the live view handles the data exchange. You can see the start trip start date. This is the trip start date, the name, and the selected value. For the time, trip start time. This is the this is how the map is being created, and the selected time. I selected 12. Let's add some more input values. I added input type range. So I added two input values. and I also added a submit button. So submit button is the plain HTML. So let's see how the UI looks like. Yeah, so you can see the audio settings here and the values. Let me change the values. Yeah, you can see the snack bar. The as I interact with this range, the snack bar is already showing, meaning the data is being communicated to the backend. Yeah, here volume. Yeah, so cobble and value that must be here. Yeah, 10. And the moment I tap on this submit button, so that value also the all the selected values will be sent back to the server. Let me submit with empty values. Yeah, it is not submitting because I kept this as a required. Let me fill in all the values. Yeah, show password, it is working. And select a maintenance drone, horns and scale and date time. I'll, I'll leave all the range values as is. Hit submit. Yeah, form submitted. And this values, let's go to the code. Yeah, you can see these are the values being submitted. Let's see the form live in, how we are being handled here. Yeah, form submitted. This form submitted is coming from here, phx submit. Without this, live view can't handle the data. So it looks a bit cluttery. We can do all the UI beautification with CSS. Yeah.